Hank here for Free Podcast Tools, and I wanted to talk about the Mixcast 4 1.30 firmware update. Once the firmware was installed, I wanted to go through all the items that they talked about in their release notes. On the screen, we could hit the sound pad shortcut, or you can hit an individual sound pad. It brings up just the level adjustment. This is good for on-the-fly operations. However, let's go through the shortcut menu for the overall sound pads. And obviously on here we have our settings. And of course, pad record, advanced options, and then we come down here to level. So I have always felt like the air horn that they put on here was just way too loud, just because it's a sharp sound. So even though it's at the sound of my voice or lower, it is just very annoying in my opinion. So let me fire it one time. So on here, I could just come down here to the level, and let's take about 5-6 dB off of it and fire it. And now it's just much more pleasing on the ears. Not that that sounds pleasing at all anyway, but a lot of people like to use it. And now we have a way to tame it independent of all the other files. On a lot of other devices, what I had to do was take the file out, put it into a DAW, get it to the level I wanted it at, and then come back in. Very time consuming and frustrating. So this is awesome. They say you can also have the ability to normalize functions for sound pad sources. So let's just rack that normalize button. Now it says, are you sure? Hey, why not? Let's go for it. Click OK. And let's see what it sounds like. So it's still showing my setting on here anyway, but let's see what it sounds like. When I'm editing, I want to look and see how it adjusted that volume. If you have a better experience with that functionality, please chime in the comments down below, because I don't see what it's doing. I've tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it, and I'm not sure what that function is really doing. Now the one that we wanted from the start, and that's the ability to switch sound banks while recording. Let's pop over to the device. I'm going to start recording on the device, and then I'm going to fire off some applause. And I'm still switching banks. Interesting. And it was even playing through. Let's play heartbeat. And it's still playing the sound while I am switching the banks and recording on the device. Very well done. I like that. This is what we wanted from the beginning, was this ability. So I do like that. So with 8 banks on each channel, you get 64 total sounds. This is another thing I wanted to try, was get into the sound to adjust it while recording. Yeah, so no problems there whatsoever. No issues adjusting levels on the fly while recording to the SD. That's a game changer. That's going to be huge for all of us. Now we have the Talkback option being expanded to USB, Bluetooth, and TRRS connections. Let's go into the channel we want. So let's go to USB. And you'll see right here we have a switch on here for Talkback. And I just slide that slider. We'll back out of there. And then if I were on the device, now I am on Talkback mode. So then when I hold down the Talkback button, now I can be going out to USB. If we get back in, we could go to smartphone, click that on, and we could go to Bluetooth, and we could click that on and have Talkback enabled for those channels or disabled. And all of this is being done while I'm recording to SD and stuff, so you can see that I'm able to manipulate those on hand. So while I was testing the Talkback mode, it didn't work the way I had hoped it was going to work. In fact, the RODECaster Pro 2 Talkback mode doesn't work the way I would like it to work when live streaming. So on the Mixcast 4, when I hold on the Talkback and I tested it with my friend Rick, we have a situation in which you can hear his side of the conversation, but not my side of the conversation. And I kind of was hoping that it would take both parts of the conversation out of the stream. So I'll play it really quick here so you can just get a sense of what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can still hear me, correct?
I can hear you.
Okay, now I'm going to hit the button.
I can still hear you. Does it?
So as you can see, you can still hear his side of the conversation, but not mine. So this is on the SD card. And I was hoping it would take both of us off of the SD card at that time, but it does not function in that manner. So just remember that Talkback is literally just for you to talk back to those remote channels or the other headphones, and not to receive communication back. That's going to go out to the recording itself. But I kind of hope in the future that they could adjust that. That would be great. For me, I really couldn't see the difference in the normalize function. Outside of that, though, the Talkback and being able to switch banks while recording to the SD card are a huge win for this firmware update. What's missing still for you? Chime in the comments down below. What needs to be in the very next update? Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so when I make new videos, you get alerted. Like this video, share it out. Thank you.